Hello guys, welcome to another exciting episode in our CorelDraw design series. In this video I'll be showing you how to do this special Thanksgiving flyer in CorelDraw. Without having to waste much time, let's get started. So the first thing we like to do is click on File. It brings up this prompt here. What you just need to do is just input your details. So for this one, what I like to do is, I can see the name here, Thanksgiving flyer, primary code RGB 5x5, the size, resolution 300, and click OK just like this. So the next thing to do is double click on the rectangle like this, just so you have a replicate of the shape. Then you can give it white like this, and then remove the outline just like this, right?
Okay, so having done all of this, what I'll do next, or what I would like to do next, is actually add my text first. So to do that, I'll just go over to my text tool here, and I'm just going to type out what I want to write. So it's just thanks, enter, then given like this. I'll just do well to type all of them so I can do my editing later on. Okay, so there you have it, nicely typed out and formatted in the right way. So what I'll just do is I'll just group all of this, and I'm just going to take it outside here like this. In the meantime, I won't be needing any of it, right? So let me just set this to screen. Good. So what I'll just do is I'm going to give it a color. So this is the color that I used, right? Just select the green. Let me double click so you see the color code. So this is the color code, so you can copy it to make use of it. So this is the green I want to use. It's important that we make use of this green. So I'll just go back to my resource file, and again the link to the resource file is below the description of this video, so do well to download it with the link. So this is the first image I'm going to be using, so I'm literally going to make this smaller like this. I'm just going to make it smaller and make it smaller just like this. Okay, so this part is very, very important. Let me set this aside. So it's important that you take notes. I'm going to go to the rectangle, draw my rectangle like this, just so it captures the segment of this image. I'm going to select the image itself, and I'm going to click on intersect, right? So what I've just done is I've created a replicate copy or a duplicate copy of that image itself, as you can see, right? So I'll set this apart, and I'll do so to the base tool, select the two of them, and click on intersect like this. So when I'm done, I'll just delete the original image, so I have the images like this. So I have image 1 and I have image 2. So I'll go to transparency, and I'm just going to select green, right? Good. So I'm just going to bring this down here to this part, make it bigger a little bit. Yeah, I think this is where I want it to be, right? So I'm just going to power clip it inside of this rectangle itself, and I'm going to move it upward here like this, right? And I think it's okay here. Click out. So with this one, I'm also going to power clip it inside of this rectangle, but before then I'm just going to blend it so I don't have these solid edges. So I'm okay, so I'm just going to position this here like this. I think somewhere around here is good. I'm just going to cut and paste inside the rectangle itself. I'm going to draw a rectangle like this, and I'm going to use my eyedropper to select a color from this part here. I'm going to fill it, the rectangle, remove the outline, use my transparency tool to blend from white to black so I can conceal those edges. When I'm done, I'll just click finish like this. Great. Okay, so from what I just observed, it's very very important you key into details. I can see that the solid edges of the other images kind of affecting the aesthetics of this design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to transparency. I'm just going to fade it out just like this. That's all. So I think this is something I can work with like this. Let me zoom in. I think this is nice. Okay, so then guys, let's move on. Let me just zoom this. So I'm just going to move this closer. I'll be needing it very soon. Next thing I'm going to do is I'll go to the source file. I'm going to bring in this next element, and I'm just going to drag and drop like this, and I'm going to rotate it like this with the controls, just like this, and I'm just going to make this smaller. Right, positioning here like this. So I'm going to go to my transparency. I'm going to blend the top part, go to bitmap, and I'm just going to resolution is at 300, and I'm going to click on it. I'll do the same thing again, but this time I'm going to do the lower part of it, right? And I'm going to do the same process, convert to bitmap, and click OK. Right, great. So with this, I'm going to go to transparency, and I'm going to set it to green. Yeah, good. So having done this, I'm just going to make a slight adjustment like this, so it doesn't get in the way of image B inside the power clip shape. So what I want to do is I'm also going to convert it to bitmap again for the last time. I think the last time. Okay, I'm going to do it again, and I'm just going to push this down like this, and I'm going to apply the same thing, change it to green. Yes, I think this is cool like this. So with this done, I'm just going to cut, double click on the rectangle. I'm going to paste it inside like this. Make sure it's behind the picture of the crowd with the hands lifted up, all of that. Great. Okay, so having done that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my rectangle tool, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle. It's somewhat at the middle of the page of a design, as maybe. I'm going to select the attribute to select a color from this part. Make sure you're selecting a color. Remove the outline like this, and I'm just going to duplicate this. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. I'm going to give it a different color so it's different, and I'm just going to bring this guy here, this guy, I'm just going to put it here, rotate it like this, right? So I'm going to bring this aside, make it smaller, and what I want to do basically is to power clip it inside of that rectangle. So I'm just going to put it inside like this. I'm just going to adjust it. If you still don't know how to power clip things inside of CorelDraw, please watch my previous videos on how I worked with power clip. I'm going to be doing a dedicated video to that effect. So what I'm going to do with this, having done this the right way, I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm going to make this smaller first, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and I'm just going to bring this downwards here like this. Right. I'm just going to position it well like this, and just one last thing to do. So I'm just going to adjust this part, this particular one. So I'm just going to copy it from inside and paste it here. So what I'm just going to do is go to bitmap and increase this a little bit so it's not so intense. Can you see? So I'll just power clip it inside of this rectangle like this. Great. Okay, so I haven't done that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of this that I've put aside before. I'm just going to bring it inside, shift page up to make sure that it's on top like this, and I'm just going to increase it like this, holding down the shift key, of course. I'm just going to give all of them white. I'm just going to give the color white. I'm just going to move this upward a bit so I can have a place for some things to stay beneath it. Next thing I'm going to do is with my text tool, I'm just going to type in some of these things like this.
So then again, the font and everything I used is in the description of this video, so do well to just go and just download them. So working with this design is very easy for you, right? Easy peasy. Great. Okay, so there you have it. I'm just going to position this well here, and I'm just going to give it this color that befits the gold that I use for the lines. Right, great. Just going to make this a little bit bigger like this, and voila, that's it. So next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to my source file and bring in the next image, which is this drum here that I use. So I'm just going to drag and drop inside like this and place it somewhere here, but it's too big, so I'll do the usual and just reduce the size like this, and I'll have it here like this. I'll do this a little bit more like this, and okay, so I'm okay with it at this point here. So I'm just going to go over to my shape tool and just bring this up here like this, so I don't have anything outside. Then I'm going to blur it from using my transparency tool from white to black. Right, you can see how it is fitted perfectly to the background. So I'm just going to make a duplicate copy of this, Ctrl C and Ctrl V, and I'm just going to put it here, having mirrored it, make it a little bit smaller so it's not too big. I don't want it to be the center of attention in my design. It's just something to add a little bit of spice to it. Great, right? So I'm just going to go on to bring in the last element of my design, which is this information here. Gonna drag it here. Probably let's see, might have to make this smaller, so I'll just position it well. I think it's fine like this. I forgot the logo, so I'll just go in and bring the logo, and this goes up to this position here like this. Great. Position it as well. Let's see. Okay, good. Remember, reduce. I should be increasing it, so I'll just increase it like this and move it upwards like this. My transgiving has to be centralized, so I'll just move it that way. And there you have it, guys. This brings me to the end of my tutorial section of this video. Right. Okay, so if you like my video, if you've loved any of my content that I've put up in the recent time, please don't forget to always subscribe, turn on the post notification, share, and also like my video so YouTube will show it to more persons. Okay, so some persons have asked me, how do I show thanks, or how do I appreciate you for all your effort? My video has been helpful to you, and it has helped you gain some knowledge of some form in previous times or even currently. What you can just do is, while you're watching your YouTube, you have these icons here. You have the like, you have the share. Beside this, you have these three icons, so you can just click on this and it brings you up onto this page, so you can select any value of your choice, any monetary value, depending on the country that you're in. When you just do that, just click on buy and send, and that's all, guys. That's all. Alright, guys, I'll see you in the next video.